Hello and welcome back to Only Pay. We'll be discussing about money mistakes to avoid at all cost. Be sure to watch all the way to the end. If you are new to the channel, then hit the subscribe button below from our life-changing content. Money is very delicate issues for many people. This issue can be contentious that instead of managing their money, people will avoid the topic altogether and solely focused on earning and spending it. In short, there are two types of people: those who increase their wealth and those who lose it. The truth is that keeping money is a lot harder than making it. It's not uncommon to see people who come into wealth through inheritance, lottery, or other windfalls and lose it in short amount of time. A good example of someone who can earn ridiculous amount of money lost at all the famous boxer Mike Tyson. Despite earning over $300 million in his career in 2003. He declared bankruptcy and was reported to be more than $20 million worth of debt. To say that money happens and these mistakes can cripple for finances no matter how much money you can make. Let's get into 10 mistakes that can avoid. Spending on drugs or cigarette. Doing a drug or two in college may have been fun and seemed harmful in the moment, but the truth is that constant use can have negative effects on your health and your wallet. If you calculate how much drug and cigarettes users spend in a week or a year, you will see that many of them are hamstring their ability to reach financial freedom. For example, a pack of cigarettes costs $9.08 and many cigarette smokers smoke a pack a day. This amount to 65 to 56 a week or $3,350.12 a year. The same amount of money could cover the property taxes on your home or a 2 weeks vacation, but sadly many drugs and cigarette users fall into this habit through curiosity and peer pressure. The end result is this habit is hefty toll both your health and your wealth in long term. As such, try to avoid spending on these items as best you can. Number 2, spending more than you make. This can be tempting to do, especially as a young adult. It can be tempting to blow your money throughout college when you're making consistent income for the first time in your life. Buying that new car, moving into a new house, and flying first class, they all appealing things to do, but the problem with them is that you end up living paycheck to paycheck if your income can't cover these costs. This issue can be like into a lifestyle inflation, whereby an increase in earning will cause you increase your living expenses and increase in paycheck. Shouldn't warn you to increase your cost of living. However, the majority of people feel that they should reward themselves once they got paid. Instead, this cash flow should be directed into prolonging your wealth through invest and acquiring of assets. Probably the biggest reason that people spend beyond their means is to impress others. They spend because their self-esteem is low, and without this material good they feel inadequate in comparison to others. But this is flawed. Think as Dave Ramsey says, we buy things we don't need with money. We don't have to impress people. We don't, like many of us are guilty of this. Once you learn to delay gratifications and forget about impressing people, you will then be able to grow financially. Social media, another cause of overspending. People try to spend huge sum of money trying to look rich without actually being rich. An internet entrepreneur, for example, who after being told he would never make a big business might buy an expensive car when he makes his first big sale in order to prove his critics wrong, again failing into a trap and trying to impress others. This means of impressing others is never ending staircase. At all point of life there will be others to compete with or to show off. You have no business buying a gadget worth $2,000 when your monthly salary is just $3,000. Be smart, create a budget and track your spending to ensure you avoid spending more than you make. Number 3, Not investing wisely. Investment can be really tricky, and many people put their money into things based on tips from friends or a strong conviction that the prices of popular stocks will keep going up one time assets just about. Everyone seems keen on these days in real estate. Many people think that once they own an investment property that they'll be financially set. They think that every month rent payments will be just start rolling and their income will exponentially increase. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. Sometimes tenants missed payments, appliances break, or the value of the property declines. Like all types of investment, there is a risk involved. For the wise investors, the key to make the assets produce a reliable stream of income is to obtain the proper knowledge about particular market or product before putting their hand-earned money into this adventure. In short, make sure to do proper background work on whatever it is you want to get into. Just because your friends are making money from it or sales agent told you about the great benefit it has to offer. Number 4. Following get rich quick schemes. Get rich quick schemes are one of the surest way of losing your money. As the saying goes, quick money brings quick problems, and following a money schemes is bound to get you in trouble. Get rich quick schemes include things like Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, and make money overnight offers, and all set up to make the scheme originator rich by taking your hard-earned money. If you are looking into a new business ventures and see opportunities that promise high return with small risk, then tread with the caution. Think if it is like to take 20 years in your career to make 200,000, and a new venture is saying that you can make that amount of money in a year benefit of legitimate. Wouldn't everyone be doing it? In short, when it comes to making money fast, always employ your best judgment before signing on a dotted line. Number 5. Not having an emergency fund. Let's face it, life doesn't always go your way, and sometimes you need cash in order to rectify the situation you are in. For instance, your car could suddenly stop working, you could lose your job, or your washer could break. Unfortunately, just about everything in life costs money, which is why not having an emergency fund set aside is a critical amount. Money mistakes, and sadly 2019 Federal Reserve study found that almost 40% of American adults wouldn't be able to cover a $400 emergency with cash savings. A credit card charge that they could pay off quickly. About 27% of those surveyed would need to borrow the money or sell something to come up with the $400, and an additional 12% wouldn't be able to cover it at all. For luckily you don't have to be one of these people. Saving this fund can be easily. All you have to do is to set up 10% automatic deduction from your pay with your employment that will send a portion of your paycheck into emergency saving account. But how do you know when you are saved enough? Most financial gurus recommended to accumulate 6 months worth of living expenses. But if you want to be extra cautious, then 1 year's worth is a great goal. Number 6. Having just one source of income. For most people, having a sole source of income as a way of life, and income usually comes in the form of salary. Unfortunately, jobs aren't as secure as people perceive them. Into a fact, in 2018 alone, US business laid off more than 21 million people, meaning that if your job was the only way to make money, then all of a sudden your cash flow came into halt. When it comes to income sources, you need to think of yourself as a tree. To tree grow fruit only from one branch? The simple answer is no. They have different branches producing flowers and fruits, and so should you keep developing and learning new ways to let your income work for you. This is not only wise but a safe way to help you to sleep at night. Number 7. Relying heavily on credit cards. For many people, credit cards can be a convenient tool for making purchases, but for others, they can be one-way ticket to death. Although you need credit cards for some business applications, relying on them heavily can ruin you financially. The use of credit cards promotes impulse buying. It gives you the mentality that you can afford anything and everything, all with the easy swipe. In fact, a 2001 MIT study found that the shaper spent of 100% more when using a credit card to pay instead of cash. So if you find yourself uncontrollably spending credit from the habit of paying with cash instead when you pay by cash, you are physically handing over money, and seeing the depletion in your wallet will make you feel the financial impact to purchase much more than when you pay on credit. Number 8. Being scared to take financial risk, as they say, goes no risk, no reward. And in order to make money, you need to take risk. However, the risk you need to be calculated. For instance, putting your money in index fund as higher risk than leaving your money in a savings account, but your money will never grow, making a typical 0.09% interest at the savings account yields. Instead, investing in an index fund, for example, which mirrors the movement of whole stock, has historically provided returns of 7% annually, which is calculated risk that, in my opinion, is worth taking. Saving rather than investing. When you keep money in the bank, it loses value over time due to the inflations. However, when money is invested wise, it grows. It's a simple in mistake. Number 9. I mentioned that being scared to take financial risk is a mistake. The people who are scared to take risk are people who will save all their money and leave it to erode over time. The only money you should be leaving in a savings account is money for your living expenses and your cash emergency fund. In short, you have to save to invest, and not save for the sake of saving. Money saved without any actual plan will end up being spent on things that are not worthwhile. For instance, when you leave money in your bank, you will become tempted to spend it on a material goods like new cars, new clothes, or entertainment. Instead, you should be getting that money to work for you by investing in it, whether that's in form of stocks, real estate, or startup. All these avenues offer a way to make money, new streams of income, which is much more financially lucrative than letting your money devalue when sitting in the bank. Number 10. Having only one bank account is risky for a few reasons. First, having one bank account will make the management of your money really difficult by working with just one bank. You have to keep all your emergency bills and college savings on spot. Then if you struggle the spinach cash, you may risk not having emergency cash or tuition's money readily available when you need it. This is why you should have at least 3 bank accounts. One should be for emergency funds in case anything goes wrong. Another account can be for your day-to-day bills, and final account, which I called a play account. Your play account is what money can allocate for entertainment or vacation. If you want to keep things one step further, you should set up an untouchable account. This account can be used as saving account that pay check deductions and directed to every single month. So you can automate your savings process and ensure your wealth grows over time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and be sure to turn on bell notifications so you don't miss any videos just like this one. If you enjoyed this video, please give us your thoughts in the comment below, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.